Literally everyone in Toy Tower Defense is upset right now. Everyone agrees that the newest update was the worst update Toy Tower Defense has ever done, ever. Mainly because they made this unit cost 700 Robux. That's a lot of money, like a lot. I plan to make a video about this today. Other creators have already spoken out about this as well, so I figured it's my time to speak on it as well. Let's go talk about it. So I'm not the only one that I think thinks this, but I hate when any game becomes pay to win. Why wouldn't you? Almost everyone always prefers working hard versus someone who just has mommy and daddy's credit card be able to pay to get for something. For example, if the Titan Clock Man was somehow able to be rewarded, or you got awarded that unit for completing certain missions or still by summoning it, and you also had the option to buy the unit, I don't think anyone would complain because that's fine. You're paying for the convenience of getting the Titan Clock Man versus right now you can only pay. You can only pay. And you know, at the end of the day, obviously it is I Am Evans, Talantrix, and I don't even know. It's their decision, but obviously their decision-making skills aren't the greatest, as I'm still not partnered. I am not a partner. I have other friends that aren't partnered. I have friends that lost their partner. I know you know who I'm talking about. You know, and I'm probably putting a target on my back here, but a lot of people are frustrated. I'm someone that is here to talk about that's voice can actually be heard, and I'm expressing what I think. I think it should also be said that I don't think there's anything wrong with having exclusive units. I guess it's one of those things where they were taking baby steps, testing the water to see how much they could get away with or what people are actually willing to pay. And you know what? In turn, you know what we did? Do you know what we did? We let them know that we are willing to pay 700 Robux for a Titan Clockman. So now they know that from now on, they can keep releasing these exclusive units at 700 Robux instead of going back to the 299s and 399. Because if I'm not mistaken, almost 100,000 Titan Clockmen have already been purchased. That's more than the flamethrower. That's more than 6 times the mace. Six times the mace. As I was saying, now that TTD knows this and they know what people are willing to pay, they're not going to change it. Either way, I have some more opinions that I would like to talk about. Obviously, my friend Bemi made a video about this as well. Not trying to rip you off. I plan to make this video too. LT Crazy also talked about this, and no one's happy. Like, there's no one. There's not a single person I saw that's like, yeah, this is a pretty good update. No one. No one's saying that. You want to know why? Because it's not good. Either way, now that I got that out of the way, I want to talk about some of the other main criticisms that I personally have. This is, I mean, at this point in time, it's everything that I believe in the first place. And sure, it is easy to say that, oh, Hopeless, you're just bitter, you're not a partner. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And truthfully, the devs, they can do whatever they want. And once again, we reinforce those ideas in their brain. So maybe we're to blame. We're the ones paying for it, literally, monetarily and literally. But the biggest thing I want to say is obviously I think the Titan Clockman is too expensive right now. I think that goes without saying. I think 700 for one specific unit, let alone one that can once again only be claimed through buying it, it's too much. But I also have other concerns with the new update. One of them being, I mean, LT Crazy really didn't like that they spent a bunch of time changing the maps. I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping the maps fresh and updating it and making it look nicer and cleaner. I mean, I think we all agree Skibidi Tower Defense looks better than Toy Tower Defense, and you know, I think Toy Tower Defense is doing their best attempt to try to keep up with that, and it ended up not working. But every time you first do a change, people are going to be resistant no matter what, and in time I think they'll get a better feel for what people want and it'll work out. So I don't think anything will change about this update as an exclusive unit, but in time I think they'll slowly develop and get a better feel for the community, hopefully. Obviously with this update though, this is something that Bimmy did specifically talk about, is that the game does specifically come pay to win, because at the moment you can't say that Toilet Tower Defense is pay to win. I would be lying if I said I thought that was a fair thing to say, because the thing is, you can still beat nightmare modes and get far in endless modes without the new units. And I think that's the silver lining, right? You don't have to pay extra money to get things such as the UTC and other units like that, you know what I mean? And so now that pretext and that being said, I think it shines a bit like of a better light of where I stand on the matter. If you can still win and beat the game without needing to pay for it, then it's not pay to win. You guys see what I'm saying? And I just lost. Oh my gosh. I lost with all the pay to win units. My gosh. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. If you can still win without paying for it, it's not pay to win. But the other thing that I want to talk about is that I'm worried that it might start deterring players from coming in, especially new players, let alone old players. As soon as people come in and let's say their favorite like tower is the clock unit, or they came to Twin Tower Defense because they're like, oh, the clock tower unit, yeah, let me use that, let me get that, and they immediately see it's pay to win. They're not playing your game. They're leaving. They're gone straight out the door the way they came in from. You know what I mean? And that's not a problem for me. It doesn't affect me. It affects people like you. And clearly, I'm upset on your behalf. I complain. I make memes and jokes about having to pay so much money in Robux. I can pay it. I am not influential at all. I don't make a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money, and that's okay. But I'm able to get away with it, right? I'm a skeleton man. I've lived for many years. I've inherited a small wealth from my family. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Please help me. But you guys get what I'm saying. But the most important thing that I also want to talk about, I've said the most important thing a lot. There's a lot of important things, but one of the bigger takeaways is that I'm worried that it's going to make the game not as fun. Bro, I don't need this right now. My girlfriend just texted me, do you think I'm a bad girlfriend? I don't need this right now. Toy Tower Defense, you're ruining my relationship. I'm kidding. But if there's any more comments or concerns that you guys have or you want me to touch up on, let me know. And I'll continue to voice my opinion. You know, this update really does put this game in kind of a weird spot. More so because no one knows where it's gonna go. No one really wants to find out where it's gonna go. Everyone's just kind of anxious / nervous to see what's to come. And all I know is us as Toy Tower Defense creators have been doing our job, our part, to speak out for people like you and defend you guys. Because just so you guys know, partners don't make anything from TTD. They don't. They get comped nothing. And I know some partners have specific opinions about this. I'm not a partner, so I can't say anything about it. But all they get is the ability to sign units, which is cool and it's neat. However, these exclusive units come out, they use them, make videos about them, nada zilch zada. They don't get anything. And it seems like LT Crazy and the devs as well are on pretty good terms. Seems like they're kind of homies. And even he had some negative things to say about this update. He's like, we could have talked about this. You know, that's what LT Crazy was saying. And, you know, I respect it. I think it's valid. You know, I think it takes kind of guts to speak out against your homies. Obviously, at this point, I'm okay with saying whatever because I'm convinced the devs don't like me. Do I have any reason to think they don't? No. Do I have any reason to think they do? No. And I think that's what's more important. I think it's pretty clear to me what's going on here. I don't know if I have too much more to say on the topic right now. That is just something I wanted to get off my chest and kind of preach just for a second to you guys about this current update because, you know, as I was saying, a lot of other people have already spoken out about it and, you know, I figured it was my time to talk about it as well because I wanted to. I genuinely wanted to. But either way, without further ado, that's all I have for you guys today. Just know I'm upset for sure. But not, you know what? That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.